hating on mans with love. I'm up in space with the planets above. The spits I drip will lick off your face like alien acid blood.
Alien, as we all know, is a classic sci-fi franchise. It's so influential that people still take inspiration from it now. It's influenced everything from other films and TV shows to video games and even music.
I ain't hating on mans with love. I'm up in space with the planets above. The spits I drip will lick off your face like alien acid blood.
Alien Resurrection has long been seen as a shite one of the original Ripley movies. And it's still seen as one of the weaker Alien movies even now, despite Alien vs Predator Requiem and Alien Covenant existing as well. So, quick plot summary. 200 years after Alien 3, the military clone Ripley from some blood that was hanging around somewhere, so they can take out the alien queen that was inside it. Turns out, Ripley's genetics mixed with the aliens, so she's a hybrid. The military gets some space pirates to bring some prisoners so they can be alien hosts. The plan goes tits up like it always does, people die and the survivors have to escape. There's action, there's gore, there's horror, and it's all over the place. The alien queen is also a hybrid and gives birth to the newborn alien thanks to Ripley's DNA. The newborn kills the queen and thinks Ripley is its mum. Ripley and the remaining crew escape. Ripley causes the newborn to be sucked into space to save Call. The spaceship crash lands on Earth. The end. So even now, I'm still trying to figure out why people don't like Resurrection. And from my understanding, it's because it rehashes stuff from the previous movies, like how the space pirates are too similar to the space marines from Aliens. The military group conducting the experiments are doing the exact same thing as Weyland-Yutani, the giant corporation that did everything from weapons to colonization to space trucking in the first three movies, which is wanting to use the alien for various means. And the characters have to escape a spaceship while not being munched on. There's a new alien variation, and some of the effects don't hold up now, but the effects in Alien 3 are just as dodgy, if not more so. Let's be honest though, when a franchise gets onto the fourth one, unless it's deliberately trying to mix things up, which is always a risky move, it follows the same broad strokes as the previous ones. Story beats, action set pieces, etc. Generally speaking, the first is the original, the second goes bigger, third is sometimes the experimental one, usually going the spin-off or prequel route, sometimes going a different style / tone, or some sort of combination. If not, it just does more of the same. This isn't a hard and fast rule, it's just generally what happened. The fourth one is generally clinical, tries to take what works from the previous ones and tries to combine them to varying results, as well as to try and test a formula of bigger and badder. And that's what happened with Alien Resurrection. Fast and Furious did it when they brought back the cast from the first one and started focusing on heists instead of street racing. Halloween did it by bringing back Michael Myers after he was completely absent from the third one. I like Alien Resurrection, and as the title states, I'm defending it. I can see the valid criticisms of the similarities to the previous movies, but honestly, there's enough differences that the similarities don't seem like carbon copies. Yeah, they're escaping a spaceship like the first Alien movie, but they're now fully armed. Yeah, there's a range of characters, but they're not carbon copies of the guys from Aliens. Yeah, the military want to use the aliens for research, but according to them, they want to use it more for medical stuff instead of biowarfare. I guess you could take that with a massive amount of salt, but there's no revelation that they were actually planning on using them as bioweapons. So what did I like?
Was it everything you hoped for?
Well, the fact it's a really good sci-fi B-movie with good action and gore with a hint of horror. The idea of Ripley as a human-alien hybrid is interesting, and they actually work that into the plot.
Now wait a second here, she was the host for these monsters. Ren cloned her because she had one inside her. She's not human. Killed one of them. It's like killing your own kind.
It was in my way.
And Sigourney Weaver makes it work. She knows what's going on before some of the other characters.
We're moving.
What?
The ship is moving. I can feel it.
The ship has stealth run. There's no way you can tell.
And the various emotions she shows in certain scenes as well. Like the one where she sees the picture of the little girl, which clearly reminds her of Newt from Aliens.
Ripley, what is it? Ripley.
And the one where she tells Call about her as well.
There was this girl. She had bad dreams. I tried to help her. She died. Now I can't even remember her name.
And the scene with the previous Ripley clones, that's also really good. The other characters are really engaging as well. Winona Ryder's call is good, and when you find out she's an android built by androids, that's an interesting twist, as well as building on the established lore of androids in the Alien universe. Ron Perlman as John is cool as well. He's basically a dickhead.
Don't ever touch me. Ever.
Like Bill Paxton's Hudson was in Aliens, but he doesn't start bricking it when things start going tits up. Dominique Pignon's wheelchair mechanic Freeze is kind of the comic relief, along with John, and they play off each other really well.
I say if we want to make it a decent time, I say we ditch the cripple. No offense, man. None taken.
But he also shows he can handle himself as well. Gary Durden's Christie is also cool, if nothing else, because he's got really good aim.
Dr. Red! Put down your...
Probably why he's so good at solving crimes. J.E. Freeman as a dickhead scientist Dr. Wren is fun to hate, and his death by a chest burster to the head, courtesy of Leland Orser's Purvis, is one of my favourite deaths. Michael Wincott, Brad Dourif and Dan Hedaya as Elgin, Dr. Gediman and General Perez are also memorable despite their small screen time. I also really liked The Newborn. There were some issues I had with it, which I'll talk about later, and I can definitely see why people dislike it, but I feel it had more positives than negatives. As mentioned before, the action and gore is really good. The underwater scene definitely holds up as a tense action scene. The shootout in the gym is also another highlight. John shooting the alien from the ladder is also good, and immediately following that up with shooting the spider was cool, just because it's so over the top as the spider is so insignificant in comparison to an alien. Although they are both creepy crawlies. Non-action scenes I enjoyed were the intro scene where the fly is made out to be an alien, them teaching Ripley human interaction.
Fork. Fuck.
The scenes where she remembers Newt somewhat, that was a nice throwback. The basketball scene. Core talking about her past, and the scene with the failed Ripley clones. That's probably the best scene in the movie. It's so unnerving, but it adds to the story. The film is also paced really well. There's a slow build before everything goes to shite. It's 36 minutes in until the action starts. That's good pacing. Heck, people didn't start shooting stuff in Aliens until the hour mark. Granted, I'm talking about the special edition version for both movies. There are some downsides. It rips off Species a bit with the trying to be sexy thing. Seeing as Species was basically Alien with more schlock and more tits, you could kind of say Resurrection was ripping off itself. Which is funny because H.R. Giger did the designs for both Aliens and Species Aliens. I wish Michael Wincott was in it more. It's funny because I've only ever seen the guy in about 5 movies, but he's such a great character actor, he always leaves an impression. My main issue is with The Newborn. I like The Newborn, but those issues I mentioned earlier I'll talk about here. It's more so the wasted potential of it more so than anything. I feel it was introduced too late. I feel The Newborn could have been similar to the Alien in the first and third films, omnipresent stalking the characters, with the other aliens also stalking them. Have the Newborn kill some of the crew, but also kill some of the aliens as well, because they're going to attack Ripley. The Newborn protects her. This would help with the parental/child theme the film was going with, and it would have added to the whose side is Ripley on, that the film was doing as well. But honestly, apart from that, everything else was good in my opinion. So yeah, that's something I feel I'll be saying a lot when it comes to defending films and franchises. It's good on its own, and if you can look past the franchise name attached, you'll probably enjoy it.